So around 40, 50, most people start questioning their lives because they realize that the things that they were taught will make them happy, money, fame, whatever it is. But when you get to a stage in your life, those things don't make you happy. I was so sad about life generally that the things that should be important to me were no longer important. But I was feeling such a loss of pleasure. All of the things that I thought that success was going to do for me, which was make me happy, the happiness that I thought reaching the height of my career was going to deliver, didn't happen. But the bigger thing was I wasn't feeling the things that success was supposed to make me. So most of what we call success is economic success. So I define success as the ability to feel the things you want to feel when the future arrives. Previously, my definition was to achieve the pictures of my life that I want to achieve, which was basically career and relationship. When I got to 30, I looked back and I thought I have achieved success by my definition, but I wasn't feeling the thing that I wanted to feel. And one of the richest men in the world, Warren Buffett, says success is having the people who you want to love you to love you. When you hear that, you think it's because you're making money, right? And when I say to people that money doesn't lead to happiness, they say it's not true. So do you think that maybe the people that have made money are trying to hide it? If money doesn't lead to success, who is able to tell you that for sure? Is it somebody who has made money or somebody who has not made money? Why do people doubt it when somebody who has made money says money does not lead to success? I was like that. I'm like, because this man has made money, let me make the money first. Then I will now choose your happiness for myself. But what happened was, there's an entire concept in economics called the hedonic treadmill, which is that when you get to a point in your life, you think that you're going to feel a lot of pleasure, but you get there and you don't feel a lot of pleasure. You don't feel that pleasure, so you try to do more. And it's like a treadmill, which means you're running fast, but you're going nowhere. And there's also a lot of research about money that there is a set point at which money makes you happy. Once you get to that point, money has no more capacity. So it doesn't mean that money is useless. But at a point, money has no capacity to deliver any more pleasure. I had equated absolute happiness with making money. When I got to that set point, money could no longer deliver any more happiness. So when defining success, I've said you have to ask yourself, what do I want to feel? Content, joyful, complete. Look at the people who have the thing that you actually want, not the picture, the feeling. The people that have what you really want. And of course, you cannot really know what's a man's heart, but you can sense it. People who are always most joyful when they're with you. People who, when you say something that's supposed to make them upset, they are most at peace. And then ask yourself, what are the things they do? What are the things they've done over time? Largely, the success buckets are largely broken into about 4 or 5 things. 1, economic stability, the ability to afford the things that you need to afford. The needs, housing, food, clothing, all of that. That's important because if you're constantly struggling with poverty, the work you have to do to be happy becomes more. Then think about love, which is you have to have people in your life who love you and who you love. The two of them have to happen at the same time. You have to have meaning in your life. That means sometimes your job is not the thing that's going to give you meaning in your life. You have to have the reason you wake up every morning. Most of you call it passion. Honestly, in the real world, your job may not be the thing that delivers your passion. And that's alright. It's a modern idea that your job should deliver your passion. In real life, sometimes your job gives you stability and your passion comes from performing in church every Sunday. Do not break it into economic success, emotional success, and purpose-driven success. Another element that doesn't necessarily, it's not important because it's only in the absence of it that you notice that it has happened, which is physical health. On a normal day, your physical health doesn't really increase your happiness level materially. But if you lose physical health, it has the capacity. So you break down your happiness into economic success, emotional success, purpose-driven success, and for want of a better word, health success. And you take all of that, and as you are planning your life now, you begin to plan, how do I check all these boxes? So many people say they are planning their future. I say you're only planning your economic future. Are you planning your emotional future? If at this stage in your life you're not already building those friendships and those relationships, you are not planning your emotional future. And at the end of the day, when you finish making all that success and having had that stability, because what stability really speaks to is peace of mind. So if you finish building all those friendships, but you don't have that economic success, but you don't have that friend, you will wake up like I did at the age of 30, and you will not feel the things that you thought that stability was going to help you.